got my
Which-
cat. I got a cat. So.
Oh, you got a cat.
my
Are you
cat-
playing with the Diablo point of view?
No, I'm not changing. That's funny that that's a thing, but I have no interest in changing it to that viewpoint.
But you love Diablo.
I do, and that's why I play Diablo when I want that. Yeah, I just kind of like the post says though, like not recommended for combat, and like, yeah, I don't want to have to change my camera just to fight.
Because you're like, I'm going to fight everything. But you got a cat. That's exciting.
Yeah, it's an abyss cat.
How many hours have you played that game now?
Not that many actually. Well, I shouldn't say that. I just haven't been counting, so I'm not sure. I wonder if I can look it up and it'll tell me. But the problem is like the time, right? I started trying to play in front of my son, and I can't really do it.
Right.
16 hours.
Okay, that's not.
It feels like 2 hours.
Yeah, well, for that game especially, yeah.
I'm actually very surprised I played 16 hours. I thought it was way less.
Okay, well,
But I mean, that's a compliment to it.
Right? Yes. No. Absolutely.
I don't feel like I played that many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I wanted to play it, and then, well, there's so many things I wanted to play because I wanted to play Mouse PI for Hire, and I played like, I don't know, 20 minutes of that, and I really wanted to play Pragmata, and I have not started it. I haven't even downloaded it.
I will say I did try Pragmata because Pragmata.
I think it's
Because
Mata. I think it's Pragmata.
in my head,
Uh-huh.
I said to myself, I thought Crimson Desert was like a jokey thing that you were interested in.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be something I really enjoy a lot. So I was like, well, I was also negative on Pragmata. And then you bought it. So I was like, I might as well try it. And actually, I only spent an hour with it, but I actually found it to be pretty entertaining. And the controls were better than I expected. And the little girl mechanic isn't as terrible as I thought, but it's still not great.
Yeah. I wonder if that is.
Do you know anything about how she works?
Yeah, because you pull in like the left trigger like you're aiming, and it brings up the hack screen, and then you use your.
But
face
it doesn't
button to navigate
stop
the map.
combat.
Right, it just slows it down. Yeah.
It's very frustrating when you have like 3 guys attacking you, and you have to like try to puzzle each bad guy just to get their shields to drop for a second. It's very like
get good, Josh. Just get good.
I know, and that's why I keep trying to do it, but I'm like, I have to do this for every person I fight. I don't know how long that's gonna last.
Really quick, welcome to Board with Video Games, everyone. I'm Kyle Hyman. That's Josh Morponi. We're thrilled you're joining us. As always, if you have feedback, questions, suggested topics, hit us up at boardwithvg@gmail.com. Also Instagram, boardwithvg.
Or don't.
Or don't. Yeah, that's fine too. Whatever you want to do. You do you. That's cool, boo. We're part of the Play Some Video Games podcast family, so feel free to check out all of your video games needs there. I think the Dice Tower stopped their network. I don't think it exists anymore. So
Which
I don't know.
explains why we're still on it.
Yeah, right, exactly. So
why we haven't been booted.
Yeah, so we'll see. But who knows? But anyway, hey, welcome to our conversational podcast about games. Back to that though, Josh. So you've been playing Crimson Desert. You Pragmata, you're like, hey, this isn't horrible. But now we have Sorrows coming up here soon. Yeah. I mean, early, did you buy the regular version or the fancy version?
The fancy one. We get it early.
So we get it like tomorrow then.
Is it tomorrow? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. We're recording
on
Tuesday. We're recording on Monday. This will be out Tuesday. I think early access is on Tuesday. How excited are you for Sorrows?
I'm pretty excited, if I'm being honest. If you click podcasts on the Dice Tower webpage, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said I don't think their thing is doing anything anymore.
All right, cool. I guess we could probably stop saying that.
Yeah, that's why I was like, we'll just leave it behind.
Gives us some credibility, though.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. I'm excited. I am excited. Here's my worry, right? I'm excited because I like Rahul a lot, and I'm excited because I like Housemarque. But my worry is like I loved I can't even think of the game name. The last one. Returnal, thank you. Jeez. This is the state of my day. But it was not, I didn't finish it. I kind of got worn out. by the repetition. So I am a
Sure.
little worried that that's going to happen with Saros, but
Well,
maybe it won't.
yeah, apparently with Saros, it is quite a bit more approachable and friendly to that situation. The runs are apparently much shorter, and once you beat a level, you can just start at like the next level. Like
Okay, yeah,
whenever
that's
you start
better.
your new runs, you don't have to go back through. And in Returnal, like you could shortcut it a little bit, but you couldn't like completely skip
Yeah.
levels.
Well, plus you
And
have
you
to
can,
find the shortcut first, and
yeah,
since
right.
the
You got to
maps are
find the
always
shortcut.
different.
Yeah. So, but in Saros, you can just like basically once you start a level, you can always just start back at that level if you want to.
Nice.
So I think it sounds like runs are, and you can save mid run, you can save and quit mid run. Um, but I think they said runs are like long runs, like the first time you do it might be like 40 or 45 minutes. And like after that, runs can be like 20 or 25 minutes. Whereas, if you did a run in Returnal, well, if you just like ran it, I mean, it could be like 2 hours if you wanted it to be. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
excuse me.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that I have a problem with is that tomorrow Diablo comes out.
Oh yeah, the new Diablo expansion that you've already played half of. Well, you played one character of.
I played a character. No,
Yeah,
none of the DLCs are part of it yet.
yeah. I've heard the story is good. It's from what I've
I'm
heard from
excited for the
reviews.
story. The
Yeah,
story, the Vessel of Hatred's story was awesome and really like tacked on very well. I mean, they do a great job at their DLCs, their expansions. So I'm very excited to try out the Necromancer and equip him with all my Doom Guy armor.
Josh, how many people do you know other than yourself follow the story of what's going on in Diablo?
Oh, I'm sure it's a fraction. I mean, that's not the full appeal to Diablo is not the story. For most people, I think.
But
I
I've
think
heard
it's
it's actually very good.
probably. I bet it's probably a 50-50. I bet because the people who still play
Yeah,
now are
yeah,
serious Diablo players played for the story. Definitely.
right.
I think there's certainly people who pick up Diablo because it's Diablo, and that's a
Sure.
scratching of an itch.
Hmm.
But also, I'm very excited because it's reworking all of the class systems, and the skill trees are going to like double in size, which gives you way more ability um, to like really focus on what you want your character build to be. And then
Sure.
in the end game, they added a lot of new stuff too. So I'm really excited to see what they've added. Um,
Um.
but that's for the deep divers, the people who like watch the behind the scenes on Lord of Hatred. Like
Yeah.
that's I don't even know that it's being talked about in reviews a lot, but it's going to be a huge overhaul uh, that will surprise people, I think, who aren't aware of it.
Because from a story perspective, though I haven't played it, I heard that Vessel of Hatred ends on like a cliffhanger. Yeah.
Yes, very much so.
So now you get to find out, and this is the last. Is this the last piece of DLC for Diablo 4, or
I'm
like
gonna
big
guess this will be
DLC? I
the
should say.
last. Yeah, this will be the last DLC for Diablo 4. I think now that it is a pay as you play kind of game, I think that
Yeah.
they're probably gearing it for Diablo 5 already. And usually we have to wait like 12 to 15 years in between games for sequels.
Yeah. I mean, right? Because Diablo 4 came out in 2023, right?
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. 2023, you nailed it. June
Man,
1st, 2023.
that's wild.
Yeah,
Because yeah, usually Diablos there's like a decade between them. It feels
very
like.
big gap, but I think Blizzard needs some help, and they know that Diablo could potentially help them.
And I shouldn't say that. I guess really it's just the decades have been Diablo 2 to Diablo 3 and Diablo 3 to Diablo 4.
Yeah, so the
Diablo 1 to Diablo
majority
2
of
was only
them.
2 years, if I recall. Yeah, that was a long time ago, but yeah. And then you have all your repackagings in the middle of it and all that good stuff. So,
Yes. Yeah.
but yeah, man. Oh, Diablo. That's again that series that I should play way 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 more than I do, and for whatever reason,
It should
um,
really scratch your itch of mobile gaming. Like
I
that should
know.
be your go-to game.
Well, the problem is, and because it is online, right? Like I
Yes.
can't just like literally on my Steam Deck, I just like hit the button and put my Steam Deck down. But I
Yep.
can't do that. I'm assuming with Diablo.
You can.
But
Uh
I'll be disconnected when I come back.
no, no, no. Actually, the bigger problem on the Steam Deck is the getting in.
Oh, really?
Because usually there's like a patch or an update, and on the Steam Deck it kind of takes forever to update. And you also have
Gotcha.
to turn off HD texture pack on the Steam Deck,
Mm.
because then every time it patches, it also patches the HD texture pack.
Oh gosh,
So it
gotcha.
ends up re-download. It's kind of like when PlayStation had you re-download Call of Duty every time
Oh
you
yeah,
wanted to play it during
yeah,
like the Warzone errors.
yeah.
So I still do play it on my Steam Deck, but I think I'm going to play Lord of Hatred at first on my PC, just
Mm.
because the cutscenes on my Steam Deck are all like the texture modeling for the characters is like a grayscale.
Oh
It's like
gosh,
no
gotcha.
detail for the character faces.
Yeah.
It's kind
I
of
will
brutal.
say, like for Diablo 2 Resurrected or whatever the new version of it is,
Yeah,
I mentioned how I had like bought it and downloaded it to play it on my Steam Deck, and I could just never connect.
because of the
To,
Blizzard
yeah, because
BlizzNet.
of the Blizzard thing, and I read online about what to do. I did all the stuff and just never worked. Which I will say I do appreciate. Steam's very easy refund policy as far as
Yeah,
that goes. But I will say, before I had to connect, I was able to watch the opening, like, it does the whole opening
yeah,
cutscene, and man, Blizzard really knows how to make cutscenes. They
yeah. They do.
really do.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to see the opening. It's gonna be a big one. This is a big storyline bump. So I'll be
I just
curious
even
where the
remember
story goes.
the initial time that they showed off Diablo 4, like that. Oh man, that was nasty.
Yeah.
So gross, but so good. They do such a good job. So, yeah, but I am instead playing the very scary, creepy, gross game Vampire Crawlers. That's where my time has been.
Yes, I have been playing that as well.
Where are you playing it?
Game Pass.
Oh, that. Hey, we have it on PlayStation too, just so you know. Um, I figured it might be an easy platinum, and I was right. I'm at like 77% of the trophies,
Nice.
just by not even trying.
Okay.
Which because I got the platinum in Vampire Survivors as well. So I figured this might be pretty easy, and it is. They also, I don't know how they get away with this. They also just package up a whole bunch of like expansions like in the game. So there's
Yeah.
like 177 trophies or something. There's just
Oh
like
boy.
all these huge insane number of trophies. Um, but how are you enjoying it? I guess I didn't. I knew, but I didn't realize that it's like everyone's like, oh, it's like this dungeon crawl. I'm like, no, this is just basically a deck builder. It
Yeah.
really is just a deck builder, which I don't. I knew, but I didn't really realize until playing it how much it is just a deck builder.
Yeah. Yep. The first person deck builder. It's okay. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I definitely see the appeal to keep playing.
Mm-hmm.
But I prefer Vampire Survivors 100 times over this. It's
Sure.
still not bad
Yeah.
though.
How far are you?
I'm not that far. I got 2 complete runs and I have 3
Oh.
characters, so I've only
Oh,
played it
okay.
a little bit.
Gotcha. Because I'm on. Oh gosh, I have all of the crawlers.
Oh, okay, all right,
So,
yeah. That's a
you
lot of
know,
time you spent with that.
yeah. Well, it actually isn't. You just unlock things so fast in the game,
Yeah,
that you can really pretty easily. No, I guess I have played a reasonable amount because I've done the 3 levels of the forest, the 3 levels of the library, the bridge, the 3 levels of the milk factory, the bridge, and then I'm on the
yeah,
tower.
that's a lot.
So it's great. I'm really enjoying it. So,
Good, good.
um, all right, Josh. So I skipped our kind of intro question, but I'm going to
That's
ask
okay.
you anyway because we'll see how much of this other stuff we talk about. Who knows?
Yeah,
Obviously we got the announcement. The worst kept secret in gaming, AC Black Flag Resynced is coming in July. First off, how excited are you for that?
on a scale of
1 to okay, let's say on a scale of, oh gosh, a game you love. So we'll say Hades 2 as the high point, and the
yeah,
low point being um
Breath of
uh
the Wild.
I'm gonna go with a board game, Sentinels of the Multiverse.
Oh, you're
Um
mixing board video games.
yeah, I'm mixing genres, like forums here. On that scale, Sentinels of the Multiverse to Hades 2, where is AC Black Flag Resynced on that for you?
It's probably Dominion.
I appreciate that answer. I guess I have no idea where on the scale that would
Yeah,
be.
and I'm not explaining. I think I'm gonna give it a shot because I know you're gonna buy it. But
100% I
I
am.
did not like Black Flag. I don't necessarily think this will change my mind, but
Yeah.
I will give it a shot.
Yeah. Black Flag is my favorite
I
AC
know.
game. I
I
love
know it
Black
is.
Flag so much.
And
So
I
I'm
won't
stoked for
hate
this.
on it too much.
No, you can. If you hate it, that's fine. Like
No, I
my
don't hate it.
enjoyment
I
of
don't
it
hate it. I
Yeah,
don't know.
my enjoyment of it is not impacted by whether or not you like it. So,
Yeah,
um,
good.
but yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to it. I think it looks good. I'm pretty happy with the stuff that they're doing to it. I will be curious with Assassin's Creed. You know, it's easy to say that like, oh, we've reworked like the parkour and all these things, but
Yeah.
like you gotta feel it to know like how well it feels, and
Yep.
that's the hard part
Because
about it is
Mirage looked like it was going to be great.
yeah, right. I think Mirage was fine. I
The
know some
controls
people
were
really loved it.
so bad though.
They were
It was like
pretty.
playing Assassin's Creed 1.
They did fix it though, with
Okay,
patches.
but
That
that's a Ubisoft thing.
agreed. It should have been better from the far. The
Yeah.
parkour did get better over time in that game. But I think that's always kind of been an AC thing, right? Like
Mhm.
all the AC games, the parkour is like 50-50 that you're gonna jump onto the thing that you want to jump onto.
Yeah. Yep.
So, and it got better, I think, when you were able to start climbing basically everything.
Yeah.
Is the games where it was like only specific things. You're like, no, I want to go across to that thing, and then you're like jumping behind you, and you're like, what am I doing? Why am I ejecting? This is not the
Yeah.
direction I wanted to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, I'm looking forward to it. But with that in mind, Josh, what game do you want to get the AC Black Flag resynced treatment? What game, from your perspective, really needs a remake? We get remakes all the time,
Yeah.
but I feel like we don't always get remakes of games that actually you want or need to get remakes. So, what would be the one you'd pick?
So I feel like I think we definitely have talked about this before, but I have like two ones that come to mind right away.
Yeah,
And that's Spec Ops: The Line and Lost Odyssey. Those are two games that I think really I would love to see uh, a fresh take on them. Not sorry, a fresh coat of paint put on them.
yeah. I think Lost Odyssey would be really cool. I just can't imagine who they would ever get to do that. That would be
Or
such a
what
heavy
about
lift.
Last of Us? I would love to see a Last of Us remastered. Have they done that yet?
I don't know. That would be pretty. I mean, that game. I mean, gosh, that came out like right around the same time as Black Flag. That'd
Yeah, I
be,
see Donnie's playing it now, playing the original. Like, I really wish Donnie could play a remastered version of Last of Us.
yeah, no kidding, right? Yeah, the yeah, but yeah, I think Lost Odyssey would be. I would be so shocked because wasn't there a rumor that like last year at like Xbox's I was going to say E3, but their summer game fest, their summer presentation,
Yeah,
wasn't there a rumor of like, oh, there's like a remaster coming of like a beloved like RPG classic on
yeah.
Xbox?
There was a rumor. I mean, I think not only do I love that game, but I think so many people don't even know that it exists,
Yeah,
and I think it would be just like like perfect, like for them to do that, especially after Expedition 33, when
yeah,
the combat system is
very similar.
relatively
Yeah.
similar. Um, yeah, yeah, but I don't know who would do it either. Saber.
Yeah, that would be fun, right? Oh man. Yeah. That would be, maybe with Asha Sharma now making all the moves she's making.
Maybe,
Maybe it'll
maybe.
happen. Maybe
What's
it'll
yours?
happen.
What's yours?
Um, I mean, Spec Ops: The Line is often one I would go to. Again, I don't know who they'd ever get to do it, and that I it'd be really challenging, I think, to make that game happen in a meaningful way today. Um, but it is a different Nolan North game that I would pick. At least I think I'm pretty sure he did the voice here. Um,
No, North game.
yeah, and it is a franchise that I love, but it's a game that is kind of trapped on a specific
Golden
and
Compass.
Golden Abyss.
Golden Abyss. That's
Yeah,
yeah. That's
Uncharted Golden Abyss. I obviously love the Uncharted series. I'm a huge fan. I would love to say, I would love to see that game remake because it's actually a really fun game, and the
I
story's
should
kind of
play that. I should play that.
the
I
game's
have
kind
it.
the story's kind of interesting. It does go trying to go back to it and play it on Vita is a little um
Not good.
trying, I would say. It's not horrible, but definitely some of the things you're like, why did we think this was a good idea?
I think I
Um
started it and it lets you turn off those things.
it does now let you turn off a lot of that
Okay,
stuff,
so
yes.
maybe I'll
So,
try it and turn those off.
yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I just think it's a fun little like little Uncharted game, and some of the smaller Uncharted experiences have been really great. And I think getting that guy remastered and reworked and available to play on modern consoles, I think would be really fun. So that'd be my
Cool.
pick, Uncharted Golden Abyss. So, all right, Josh. I did ask us to actually bring some other things to talk about. So, What's
Yeah.
something you want to chat about on this fine Monday evening, Josh?
Well, Kyle, we're back at it again. We're changing the endings of video games. I don't know why we're doing it. In fact, I can even point to a conversation, part of a conversation in this article where they basically say that they shouldn't do it while defending that why they did it.
Sure.
That being said, from Rock Paper Shotgun, this is a report. It's titled "Mythology, by its nature, is told and retold." Hades 2 dev on changing its controversial ending. Is it a controversial ending? Is the question
Mm.
I want to ask. So, yes, they changed the ending to Hades 2. Now, it, it begs for a lead up, and the lead up is Hades 2 was in early access for over a year.
Yep.
And during early access, they changed a whole ton of the game,
Mm-hmm.
and they also released small portions of the game to test slowly. And yeah, they take people's feedback. They change parts of the games that they think have balancing issues, character art, things like that. That's what early access is for. So, moving a game into 1.0, that's the release. In my opinion, they had it in early access long enough. They've gotten enough feedback. Time to release the full game. This is the game you
Mm-hmm.
get, right? And apparently, people just did not enjoy it. They were very, I don't know what people, I didn't see any of this online, but apparently, people were very vocal.
There were, people were
Okay,
pretty
so
upset
maybe
about
I
the
missed
ending.
it
Yeah.
or I wasn't looking for it.
I should say that
Um,
people at least thought that the ending was the weakest part of the game by far.
okay, I get that, but the ending of any movie or video game is typically the weakest part
And endings are
of the
hard. Endings are
content.
very hard. Yeah.
And it was still, it's, it is, I think the ending is just fine. So they changed the ending to satisfy this group of fans. However, one of the quotes in here that was mentioned by, I gotta find who they interviewed, Cassavan,
Yep.
says he even noted he felt it was appropriate for Hades 2 to make such a change given the whole mythological inspiration it takes. Quote, mythology, by its nature, is told and retold. There are
Mm-hmm.
many retellings of things. I
Mm-hmm.
try to think back, how were these classic myths from thousands of years ago, how were they distributed? They weren't, distributed on Steam. They were told and retold by storytellers.
Mm-hmm.
His example is the exact reason why they never should have changed the ending. It is a iteration of a story that they are telling. If people don't like it, great. There's 100 other versions in print that you can go read about fill in the blank. I
What?
Why not stick to, like, this is a group of people who sat down and wrote a story and wrote it and rewrote it and rewrote it
Mm-hmm.
for many years.
Yeah.
And you're gonna let I'm sorry. I just get so angry about it. You're gonna let a group of people on the internet, which is full of people spewing hate when they get
Uh-huh.
attention, dictate how you write your game. They win, you lose.
So let me throw a couple hypotheticals at you, Josh, and see what your reactions are.
Uh-huh.
Let's say that, Greg is sitting down with all the other people at Supergiant, and they're talking about the ending of Hades 2, and they're like, they have these two ideas, and they're like, or maybe they have these three ideas, and they don't love any of them, but they're like, well, this is, I guess, the one we're going to go with. It seems to have the most support. We're not super confident in it, but 1.0 is coming up. We got to get it out, right? So here's the ending that we have. And they put the ending out, and then everyone's like, no, this ending is bad. And then they're like, shoot, we should have picked the other ending. They're right. We should have done that. We're going to switch it now because we weren't super confident in it. But hey, this game's been in early access forever. We've changed a ton of things in the game already. Why not change the ending too? So then they change it. Is that more acceptable, or would that make it acceptable for them to change the ending in that situation?
If that was the case where they had three endings and they were about to release a game and they were like, we don't like any ending we wrote. If that really happened, they should all be fired. We don't like any ending we wrote. Well, you wrote the endings, so write a fourth ending. I don't know. Like, it seems crazy, but if that's the case, I still think I would have a problem with it.
Okay,
Because
what if
like
then,
you're committing. You gotta
as an
commit.
as another option, what if every 6 months they updated the game and the update changed the ending?
Gross.
Why is that gross?
Every 6 months they change the game.
Yeah,
No.
why not? What's wrong with
Why?
that?
Because now how many times do I have to play this game to play it?
You're complaining about them giving you additional reasons to play a game that you love and not charging you anything for it?
Well, you didn't say they weren't charging
I'm
anything.
saying, I'm just saying, they release a patch, balance patch, tweaks to the story,
No, I
and
don't
then
want
you
them working for free. No, I don't know. I think I just why change an ending? The ending is an ending. It's the end. The end. Don't change it. That's your ending. I don't know. Maybe I feel too strongly about it, but
no, it's okay. Feel
it's like
strongly. That's
going
fine.
what if you went to see the Mario Galaxy movie last week
Hmm.
and then they changed the ending?
Well, I
This
mean,
week, you're gonna go spend another $89 to take your son and your wife and have popcorn to watch a different ending to Mario?
no, I'll just wait till it comes out on streaming and watch the new ending.
But what if they only release the non-theatrical cut ending?
Well, then, from what I've heard about the Mario movie, it doesn't seem like I'm missing anything. So,
Yeah, well, you're listening to toxic Nintendo fanboys who are hating on a movie that's not made for them. It's
why
made for
can't?
children.
Why does that mean it has to be bad?
It's not. It's great.
Oh, okay.
And they also said the first one was terrible.
I think the first movie is mediocre at best.
Oh, see, okay, so then you don't go see it. Know your audience, I guess I would say.
Yeah,
People
I
playing Hades 2 like the content.
sure, but they don't know if they're gonna like the ending till they get to it.
Apparently, none of them like the ending except for me.
Well, I mean, some people did.
It just
So
really bugs me. It goes back to the Mass Effect thing.
yeah,
I just really wish I get worried, right? I get worried
hmm
about what this means for content and gaming. Um, uh, I get worried that people are dictating it's like what's in a game, and you're the consumer, not the creator.
right,
If you want to create, go create and
yeah,
make your own game. But I don't. We are so critical of these people who we'll never see or know in real life. We
hmm
won't know what's going on in their lives or their skill sets.
hmm
We just know that they work for the studio. And some people, probably the same people who leave negative comments about the endings, they probably didn't even play it. They probably read a post and jumped on it. But uh, those like it just ruins it. It ruins it for me. It takes all the joy out of gaming, and it's worse for me when a studio caves into that. And my example that I would like kind of compared to is this Xbox Game Pass rollback of first party Call of Duty titles. You tell your consumers you're going to give them this,
hmm
and then you change your mind,
yeah,
but you lower the price to make people happy,
hmm
and then some people won't look past that. They'll just go, awesome. They changed the ending. Awesome. They lowered the price. I win. And then the slippery slope begins. And for Game Pass, it's like, hey, guess what? Now Fable's not day one, and we're
mm,
taking another dollar off of Game Pass. For Hades, it's like, hey, we put out a whole new DLC to address the concern about the ending, and then people don't like the ending for the DLC, and then they change it again. Like, where does it stop? I guess is my problem with that. And
I
why are we doing this to ourselves?
yeah. As far as the Hades story thing goes, I do generally agree with you. I do generally agree with, hey, they should have told the story they wanted to tell. Like that,
Yeah,
as creatives, I was like, that's what I want. I want you to tell the story that you want to tell. What gets challenging in this situation to me is, this is, I think, nuance, because we're talking about the end of a game versus how much do you listen to your community, right? Like, in
yeah,
the sense of, let's say you release a game for, let's say you the new Call of Duty comes out, right? The new Call of Duty comes out, and the I think back to all the years I played Call of Duty, and there were years where, like, hey, this the dual 1887s were absolutely broken, right? Like when you were playing that in multiplayer, you could just wipe the floor with people. to the point where like everyone was able to do it, right? Like
Yeah.
everyone, that's what everyone was playing. Everyone was running that. And if you weren't, all you heard was people talking crap to everyone who was running that, right?
Yeah.
So they nerfed them. They adjusted the values of the gun to make it not as good. Now, they clearly intended, they wanted, when they originally released it, that's what they wanted. They wanted those guns to be like that.
Well, they called them 1887s. So obviously they wanted them to be what they were.
Yeah. Like they wanted them to be like that. But then through community feedback, they adjusted it and tweet like, is that okay? Or is it like, shut up, deal with it, it is what it is?
I don't know that it's apples and apples.
I know it's different. It's definitely
Yeah.
different when you're talking about balance of a competitive multiplayer game. But like for me, it's much more though about like when is it okay to listen to your community and when is it not okay to listen to your community?
Yeah, I mean, I agree, I'm sure there's a very fine line that you have to
Mhm.
walk on that, but
Yeah,
I just think take your favorite video game and imagine they changed the ending just because some fans didn't like it. Last of Us, they certainly there's plenty of people who wish Last of Us ended differently.
sure.
Like, imagine they change that. What you take like a pillar of video game history
Hmm.
and change it because a group of people didn't like it. And are they even the majority?
Very true. Yeah,
You know,
they're just
like
the loud
they're
ones.
the loudest, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It just it irks me.
But it is a good point, right? If there was any studio or situation that was set up, especially with The Last of Us Part 2, right? Like
Yeah,
there there are a lot of people who, if they had changed things in that game, probably would have praised them for listening to their fan base. But they
yeah,
stuck to their guns and their golf clubs and said, no, this is like what we're doing, right? This is the game. It is
right.
what it is. This is a story we want to tell. If you don't like it, that's fine. You don't have to. We're not telling you to like it.
Yeah,
We're telling you this is the story.
and I love that because at least you have, and I don't mean this as a slight to people who do change it, but like
Hmm.
you just I don't know. You have this thing where you're like hours,
Right.
months, potentially years of meetings to nail down a story.
Yeah.
Like they weren't testing the story in early access. They were testing the game mechanics. Their story was likely well written before the end of game testing.
In that interview, Greg Kasavin does say that they did change this, like not like big themes, but
They
like
changed small things
they
during
changed
it,
small things
but
in the story throughout
yeah,
throughout
to
early access.
support what they're changing for
Yeah.
mechanics and things like that. But
Yep.
I don't think that they changed like the beats of the story. I don't think.
I would say probably broad strokes, no.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, that's all. I just do I even want to go back and play it? I will because I already have the real ending done. Now I got to go back and play the fake ending.
And see which, well, and here is when I think about when I criticize or don't like something, I, I am not asking for it to be changed.
Right.
Right? Like if I in many ways I look at it as this idea of like, you, I know, as a creator, have put your heart and soul into this thing you've created and you are releasing it into the world. As a result, I feel it is in some ways like the biggest show of respect I can give you is to critically think about and consume the thing that you have created
Yeah.
and think about it and mull it over and do that. So if I say that like, hey, this didn't resonate with me, that doesn't mean I think you should change it. That just means that like the story you chose to tell did not work for me in the way you were probably intending. That's okay because not everything needs to be for me.
Yeah, but take that and make Hades 3 better.
Right, I
Like
agree, and that's
right.
where I'm coming around to the idea of like, in the end, you're right. I don't think they should change the ending. If that was, if the original ending is the story they wanted to tell,
Yeah.
they should have stuck to it.
Yes.
If there is a super compelling, now they're also the creators though, right? So if there's a super compelling reason that they want to change it, I guess from my perspective, they can change it too. Like it is up to them.
Yeah, let's remove the guns and make them flashlights. Let's add dewbacks to New
Yeah,
Hope. Like,
sure.
let's
Yeah,
add CG to our 1970 film.
yeah.
That lot great things happened with those people who were given that power.
But that's the thing, right? Like, I might not agree. Again, I might not agree with those things, but hey,
Yeah.
I guess it's your art. You do what you want. I guess
I still can't watch the special editions because
I
it's
can't
so
either. They're so
bad.
bad. It might be different if they weren't so blatantly obvious.
Just out
It
of
it
place. Yeah.
feels like a completely different thing cut in
Yep.
for every time they do it.
Yeah, it's so bad.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not great at all. Well, hey, Hades 2. Josh says it's a horrible game and you shouldn't play it. Um,
Yeah, join my petition
I
to
kid.
not play this game.
Josh, as Josh, loves the game and thinks you should play it. So,
Yeah, yeah. Don't play it. It's terrible.
all right, Josh. Well, it's that time of year where apparently everyone in the board game world decides to announce their nominations for their upcoming awards. Now, board games super different than video games in the sense that most of the time, though, you'll see a lot of like top 10 lists from individuals at the end of a year for the big awards. They typically come like a little bit into the next year. Just because playing board games is the distribution is way more challenging. Actually, being able to get them and play them, it's much tougher than it is video games where everything's just available to everyone on one day. Which obviously is an oversimplification, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Um, it just takes time for people to get to them. So we had not only the American Tabletop Awards announce their winners, and the Mensa Select Awards happened for their kind of annual like judging of games from last year. The Golden Geek nominations were announced, and the Dice Tower Award nominations were announced, all for the 2025 games. So this is a ton of stuff. We'll go through it really quickly. And I'm just gonna kind of rattle things off. And Josh, if you have reactions, let me know if you have reactions. Sounds good?
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So for the Mensa High IQ Society Mensas, their games of 2025, they basically these games kind of get the Mensa seal of approval, if you would, for like being excellent games. Their games that they announced, and I didn't link this in the show notes, sorry, I just found it recently, were A Place for All My Books, Critter Kitchen, Fromage, Galileo Galilei, Got Five, Things in Rings, and Twinkle Twinkle. So those are their six, I guess, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 Mensa Select winners from last year. Any thoughts, Josh, on the Mensa Select winners?
I have a place for all my books.
Supposed to be very good.
We haven't played it yet. I got it from my wife for something. Probably just because she expressed interest in it. Uh, uh, so maybe I might try to get that played soon. Because I got like the nice Kickstarter like player mat and extra pieces and stuff.
Oh, nice.
So
I almost picked up Critter Kitchen actually when I was at the conference I was at last week. There was a board game store like 3 blocks from my hotel that I walked to. And I almost picked up Critter Kitchen, but I didn't. Instead, I picked up Origin Story and Beer and Bread. So,
oh nice.
yeah. All right. So that's if you want to feel smart and be all Mensa-y, those are the games. The American Tabletop Awards also announced their winners. This is from, I should say, I'm getting all of this from Board Game Wire. You should go check them out for any board game news you're interested in. The American Tabletop Awards started in 2019. They're trying to kind of, if you would, become the Spiel des Jahres of American board games, right? Spiel
Yeah.
des Jahres, the most prestigious of all the board game awards. The American Tabletop Awards trying to kind of put their seal on an American version of that award. And they do 4 different categories. They have early gamers, casual games, strategy games, and complex games are kind of the 4 categories that they do. For early games, they basically have 2 recommended games and then 3 games that are nominated for the award. And then obviously 1 game wins the award. So there are 2 recommended games for early gamers were Cascadia Junior and Duck and Cover. And then the games that were nominated to win were Splendor Kids, The Sandcastles of Burgundy, and Magical Athlete, with Magical Athlete being the winner. I do appreciate that in these we're seeing a lot of kind of quote unquote adult games being turned into kids games with
Yeah.
Cascadia, Splendor, and the Sandcastles of Burgundy. But Josh, thoughts on early gamers awards here?
Uh, yeah, I mean, I'm super interested in maybe getting Cascadia Junior to play with my son and my
Yeah,
wife. For the life of me, I can't understand. I don't get the magical athlete thing. I guess I gotta play it to understand what the hype is. But out of this and the next one, this has the more appeal to me because it looks interesting.
yeah. Without clicking on it, unless you already did, do you know what Magical Athlete is rated as far as its rank on the Board Game Geek like rankings?
Oh, I bet it's super crazy high for some reason. I don't know.
It's higher than I
78.
thought it was, but it's not ridiculous.
Okay, so like 250.
524.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's all right.
For casual games, then the two recommended were A Place for All My Books again, and Flip Tunes.
Hmm.
With the games that were nominated were Seven Wonders Dice, The Fellowship of the Ring trick taking game, and Hot Streak. With Hot Streak being the winner. Hot Streak and Magical Athlete, both games about races that are kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the casual games, Josh?
Yeah, that's the hot streak. I don't get it. Again, it looks like the least interesting out of all the even games in that category.
Yeah,
But there's got to be something about it. I know it was like Magical Athlete or Hot Streak was like Tom Hassel's like number game of the year
yeah.
or something nuts. I guess I just got to play it to see because it looks terrible.
Yeah, Hot Streak is number like 378 overall and the number
Phew,
4 ranked party game.
my gosh. Yeah, maybe it's great. It just doesn't
Yeah.
seem it.
For strategy games, the recommended ones were Moon Colony, Bloodbath, and Knitting Circle. With the nominated games being Kinfire Council, Critter Kitchen again, and Lord of the Rings: Fate of the Fellowship, which was the
Hmm.
winner. Any thoughts here, Josh?
I really want to play that.
Agreed.
My buddy has it. I'm just gotta get a game night figured out and
Yeah,
convince him to play it.
we have not picked it up yet. It is constantly on the list. It is interesting that it because it re-implements Pandemic, but
Yeah.
people have told me that it's actually quite a bit more, or not quite a bit, but at least a little bit more complex and heavier than Pandemic is. So I'm
Oh
curious as
boy.
to how that plays out, and maybe that's just because it's new while
Yeah.
people figure it out. But yeah, I enjoyed the Seven Wonders dual version of you know Lord of the Rings. So now a Pandemic version of Lord of the Rings. Let's do it,
Yeah.
right?
Let's do
All
it.
the
I love it.
versions. All
I love
right.
it.
For complex games, then the recommended were Galactic Cruise and Above and Below Haunted, with the nominated games being Covenant, Tidal Blades 2: Rise of the Unfolders, and the winner Molly House. Josh, any thoughts on the complex games?
I'm surprised by Molly House. Not really ever hearing about it, but it looks pretty interesting. Uh,
Yeah, it's a Cole Worley game who did Root and Pax Premier and Oath and
oh, that
Arcs and
makes
all that
sense.
good stuff. Yeah, so it's from his prior to all the things that happened um with why am I blanking on the name of it, with Leader Games. He always had a second smaller company that did like Pax Premier, John Company, like all of his
Yeah.
historical games, and this is where it came from. So
Cool. It looks cool.
yeah, it looks Whirly Gig Games, that's what it's called. So yeah, Molly House is supposed to be fairly good. I'm kind of surprised Galactic Cruise was just kind of quote unquote recommended.
Yeah.
That game has almost cracked its way into the top 100 on Board Game Geek, which is insane for a game that's a year old or not even a year old yet. It's really tough to move up, but it's getting there. I think it's like in the low 100s right now. So
Wow.
yeah, so those were the American Tabletop Awards. I think generally, they tend to recommend pretty good games. Obviously, Hot Streak and Magical Athlete, Josh might take an exception with, but otherwise, they tend to have some pretty good recommendations. Okay,
I'm sure
so
they're great games. There's too many people saying too many good things about them.
we gotta balance it out. With that, then we'll go to the Golden Geek Awards. So the Golden Geek Awards again try to be this. I would say probably right now the Golden Geek Awards and the Dice Star Awards are probably the largest United States awards based
Yeah.
awards that where you'll actually see like stickers on boxes for people winning awards from these things. So Golden Geek Awards, let's see, they have 10 nominations for category. So I don't want to go through all of these, Josh, because
It's
there's
a
so
lot of
many
categories.
categories. So how about I'll pick a category, you pick a category. We'll just go back and forth a couple times and then call it good. How's that sound?
Sure.
Okay, so I am going to pick. I'm going to start with the two-player game category just because I do love two-player games. They have 10 games nominated.
Jeez.
Those 10 games are Azul Duel, Duel for Cardia, Everdell Duo, Flamecraft Duels, Iliad, Star Trek Captain's Chair, Star Wars Battle for Hoth, Tag Team, Toy Battle, and Zenith. Josh, those 10 games coming out last year, man, last year was a good year for games. What are your thoughts? Anything there stick out to you?
What are my thoughts? I see Toy Battle around a lot. I just
Yeah,
never really looked into it because I just assumed it was kind of like a cheapo, um, you know, pull on
right.
like Army Men figures. I have Star Wars Battle for Hoth and Everdell Duo and Azul Duel. Um, but honestly, I think Flamecraft Duels is the one I'm most interested in, and we haven't even played Flamecraft yet, but
Oh yeah,
it has
Flamecraft
the
is
most
great.
appeal. Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
wait to play it. Maybe we'll try to get that one
I,
too.
I feel like Star Wars Battle for Hoth is likely going to take this, which is just a re-implementation of Memoir 44, which I guess technically is a
Okay, I didn't know
re-implementation
that.
of battle lore. Yeah, but a lot of people seem to like Star Trek Captain's Chair, which is a
Yeah.
also I think it plays solo as well. But for me, the one I want to play, there's two on this that I want to play that I haven't yet. One is Zenith. Zenith looks really interesting. And then one that I have that I just haven't gotten to the table yet is a little small card game, that Duel for Cardia.
Yes,
This
you
game
just
looks
got that recently,
really,
right?
really interesting. People seem to like it a lot. I own it. I got it when I got my sticker, the sticker game. What the heck is it called? Anyway, so yeah, I'm looking forward to playing this. I'm hoping I can get this to the table sometime this week, but I'm looking forward to that.
Zenith looks cool too.
Yeah, Zenith is again kind of a sneaky. It hasn't been talked about a ton, but the people who like it really, really like it. So it's definitely on my list. It looks pretty cool. So anything you want to talk about here, Josh?
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about cooperative games.
Ooh, yeah, let's talk about it.
We have again 10 nominations, right? So
Yep.
Ardia, The Paths We Dare Tread, Core of Discovery, a game set in the world of Manifest Destiny, The Elder Scrolls, Betrayal of the Second Era, Eternal Decks, Lord of the Rings, Fate of the Fellowship, Nemesis Retaliation, Regicide Legacy, Take Time, Unmatched Adventures, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Vantage. Those are our nominees. I should point out that the Elder Scrolls game that is on here is the Chip Theory, super expensive, a very pretty board game.
Yeah, it is a beefy boy. Like $250 or $225 for that guy, I think.
Yeah, and that's probably not all of it.
Yeah.
That's probably the base.
Yep.
Yeah, 250 on Amazon. Well, you can get it for like 180.
Oh, that's right. That's not too bad then, I guess.
What are your thoughts on that list of
So
games?
Iridia the Path We Dare Tread is the game I most want to play on here that I have not. Um it just looks so cool, but again, it's one of those games that is so expensive. I think right now if you go to Noble Knight Games, it's $375.
Ooh-wee.
So I don't know that I'm going to play that anytime soon. I have Vantage, haven't gotten to the table. I know a lot of people's feedback on Vantage is that it is like a cooperative game in the sense that you're all playing it, but that's about the only thing that makes it cooperative.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think for me, the game I'd have to pick as the winner here is Core of Discovery. I love this game. I think it's so cool. Um, it is such a fun time. There is so much content for it. It is such a cool puzzle. I love Core Discovery, so I hope it's going to win. But I think it has, of the 10 games listed here, I think it has about the least chance of winning.
I
So
didn't realize it was only $40. This is the game that I am most interested in. I know we talked about it a little bit during like the Gen Con previews.
yeah, there's two different versions of it. I have the fancy, expensive version of it, but yeah, the base version of it's very, very affordable.
Oh yeah, what's the? I wonder, does it show the? Oh, there's an expansion too, huh?
There's so many expansions. There's so
Oh,
many
there's
additional maps
multiple.
you can get. Yeah,
Okay, cool. Yeah, it looks
because
really cool. I really like the art. I think the maps and stuff look really cool too. I
Yeah.
guess I'd be curious what the other version is that you could. You probably can't get it unless you kickstarted it, right?
They had it on their website for
Oh,
sale.
did they? Okay.
Yeah, so you might still be able to get it there, but it comes with like um heavier, the board is like big and thick in wood, and like it just, everything is just like better versions of all the same stuff ostensibly. So then all the covers for all the different spots are like these like really heavy duty chunky pieces. So it just is the very typical like, hey, it's all the same things, just like heavier, thicker, chunkier versions
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So all right, Josh, I'm going to talk about one more and then you can talk about one more and then we'll move on because man, we've already been going for almost an hour.
Yeah.
So I'm going to talk about heavy game of the year. So again, 10 nominees. Ada's Dream, again, Iridia, The Past We Dare Tread, The Elder Scrolls Betrayal of the Second Era, Galactic Cruise, Luthier, Molly's House, The Old King's Crown, Speakeasy, Star Trek Captain's Chair, and Sweetlands. Josh, I know you will love these big, heavy, chunky games. What are your thoughts, sir? What game, anything on here stand out to you?
I do because it's shipped area games. I do have a real interest in trying the Elder Scrolls game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I just really love what they do for components and stuff. Um, and I think I'm interested in the Old King Crown based off of talking with you. I
Mm-hmm.
think it looks really nice. I didn't realize it was heavy, but uh,
I think it is probably the lightest of all of the games on this
yeah,
list, I would guess.
yeah. But it does look good. I mean, I think realistic. Well, not all of them because I just looked at Ada's Dream. It doesn't look that great. uh, but yeah, I think those two have my interests. What about you?
Yeah, I actually did the thing that I never do after we talked about it. I backed like the super basic version of the Old King's Crown.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I should have it actually soon. I think because I did the early shipping version, which I think should be here in theory like May or June. Um, of these games, the one I talked about how Iridia is a game that's super high on my list to play, and it is, but again, it's super expensive. Another game I really want to play that is basically impossible to get in the United States is Sweetlands.
Mm,
It looks really cool because like it's this game about basically making like tasty confections, but it's like a super heavy crunchy gyro, which I just think is really funny. So yeah, I want to, run a nice tasty bakery stand that in a really heavy crunchy gyro game. So yeah, I don't know, it
nice.
just seems really cool. So Josh, why don't you pick one more and we'll wrap it up here.
Let's do best board game app.
Ooh, okay, let's do it.
So we got Arc Nova, Carnegie, the board game, Cascadia Digital, Caverna, The Isle of Cats, King Domino, the board game,
Hmm.
Micro Macro, Downtown Detective, Reiner Knizia's My City, Space Core, and last but certainly not least, Watergate, the board game.
The board game.
I'm curious if any of these. It says board game app, so I'm curious if they're on
Mhm.
phones or if this is PC or if it's both or if it's none. Because I would love the Isle of Cats on my phone, and I'm looking to see if that
It is
exists.
iPad, iPhone.
Okay, of course it would be iPad.
Because I think most dire wolf stuff tends to be. I mean, maybe.
Now I got a bunch of Direwolf on my
Oh, do they? Okay.
on Apple, but out of those games listed, what is uh the game you would most like to play digitally,
Mm,
and what is the game you're most likely to play first? Because they don't necessarily have to
yeah.
be the same.
I think the one that I would most want to play digitally is probably actually Watergate. Because if I recall, this is a two-player board game. Let me just double
Yeah,
check.
I
Yep,
believe it
two-player
is.
board game. That I don't know that I would ever get my partner to play.
Yeah,
And it's the way I could play it. So,
that's a good
it,
point.
and it's a game I'm interested in as far as that goes. But I think, what's the most likely. I mean, when we look at these, the game I like the best that is listed here of all the games that are listed here is Arc Nova. Um,
Yeah,
the other one that might convince me Would be Reiner Knizia's My City, just because I really enjoyed My City, but man, the instructions for that game were bad.
Yeah.
There were so many things that were unclear in it, so being able to play that meaningfully might also be good. What about you, Josh?
Well, I'll tell you the most likely is probably My City because it's $7 and it is on my phone.
Oh,
And it is a game because it's cooperative and legacy. I would probably never finish with my wife.
sure.
and if and I know you said the instructions were a little uh iffy, so I would
Yeah,
imagine that the mobile game would guide you a little bit through that potentially.
yeah,
Which is like I have started to enjoy playing games on mobile first to learn
mm,
the mechanics of the game.
yeah, absolutely.
Um, and I think I would agree with you. I think Ark Nova is the one I probably would want to play the most digitally. Um, and that's $11. I can get that on Android.
Well, there you go.
But yeah, and then that would be a great way for me to learn it to teach it when we play because I do have the physical version. Still in
Yeah.
it's one of my only games I still have in a wrapper. I don't know why I didn't open that. And I
Gotcha.
had Tidal Blades Banner Festival still in wrapper for some reason.
All right. We'll wrap things up here for the Dice Tower Award nominations. We'll just talk about what they have nominated for Game of the Year.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So they have they usually only do 6 nominees for their other categories, 5 or 6. But for the Game of the Year, they have 10. And there are 10 games we've already talked about. So the 10 nominees for the Dice Tower Game of the Year for 2025, which will be announced at Gen Con 2026, so in August, are Eternal Decks, Galactic Cruise, Hot Streak, Josh's favorite game,
Mm.
Lord of the Rings: Fate of the Fellowship, Luthier, Speakeasy, Sweetlands, The Elder Scrolls: Betrayal of the Second Era, Vantage, and Zenith. Anything there stick out to you, Josh? Anything surprise you other than Hot Streak being nominated for Game of the Year?
I just gotta play that game, I guess. No, I think I guess I'm surprised. Some like Zenith and Eternal Decks, games I haven't heard of, are
Mm-hmm.
up there, but that doesn't mean anything because when I'm not playing those games and they're
Right.
playing them many times, most likely.
Yeah.
So it just I like it because it gives me more games to check out, like to be
Yeah,
a little bit
absolutely.
more aware of.
Yeah, and the Dice Tower is interesting because I think it's 60 different people who vote on the nominees. And then the reason they announce them so early is that it allows those people then to play all of these games before their final voting, to make a decision. So it's not just like the few people in the Dice Tower, and they're even not that small of a group, but the people you see like on camera on the Dice Tower, it's not just them who have come up with these lists.
Yeah,
So it is a pretty extensive group of people. I am slightly surprised that Vantage is on here, just like I mentioned before. I'm just that games is so divisive that the people who
yeah,
love it really, really love it, but the people who do not like it do not like it.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, I'm kind of surprised that's there. I, I don't
I'll
even
be
know what's gonna
curious because
win.
I don't like Scythe,
Uh huh.
and I'm wondering what side of the coin I'll fall on for Vantage when I
Yeah,
eventually get it played, if I do.
yeah. So we'll have to see, but a great list of games. Great year for board games last year was. So very interested to see where those things all end up. All right, Josh, what else do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about Lord of the Rings again.
What
Uh,
crazy?
yes, Lord of the Rings. So we have something that for me came out of nowhere. I was very surprised, but Ascension's back at it with another game found before their last one is fulfilled, and that is the Lord of the Rings Ascension. It is launching soon. If you
Hmm.
go into GameFound and uh, subscribe to be notified, you get a free gift. I'm not sure what it is. It doesn't say. Oh, promo. Follow early for you get an exclusive promo.
Mm,
So yeah, I'm pretty shocked that this is also I believe their first licensed game in the
I think
Ascension
so. Yeah.
universe, which is also very cool. I think that Lord of the Rings fits very nicely within the art style of Ascension and kind of like almost thematically. It introduces 3 new Ascension sets: the Fellowship of the Ring, the Two Towers, and the Return of the King. Sounds like they're all going to be individual sets, so this will probably not be a cheap game found. But what is a cheap game
Good
found?
question.
Stretch pay will be available, but that's all we really know right now. There's a preview of some cards you can see on this image. But yeah, I think a great time to get into Ascension if this is your theme. Ascension being, one of my favorite games, and
Yeah.
certainly one of my top 5 deck builders, probably number 1 deck builder. But yeah, I think it's a huge announcement, and I'm very excited to see some more art and some pricing and things like that. It does list it as 1 to 4 players, but if anyone who's played Ascension knows, it's really not meant to be played with 4 people. It's really a 2-player game.
Yeah.
But you certainly can play 4 players.
You
What do you
certainly
think? What
can.
do you think about this news?
I will be interested in picking this up. Back in the day when Ascension was, kind of the new hotness, I played quite a bit of it. This actually is a game I played on an app a ton. I played a lot of
Oh
Ascension
yeah,
on an
yeah.
app. But my partner, she loves Lord of the Rings.
Nice.
But she's not you. Well, I should say that she is select in her love for deck builders. But I think this might be, a good marriage there to kind of get her into this. So I am following the campaign. We'll
Yeah.
see how much it costs. But yeah, I think this is a good combination. I think it's a good license that fits. I will say okay with the Ascension gameplay. But yeah, we'll see how spendy each one of these sets
Yeah.
is and the whole set is. That's
Well,
for
the good
sure.
news is about Ascension is even if you don't want to back it, or you just want to back one, you'll be able to buy these.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm gonna guess, because Ascension, they're typically $40 each. Because of the license, it'll
Yep.
probably be $50 to $60. So I bet we're looking
Yeah.
at like $200 with like whatever they throw in with it.
Like a play mat or something like that.
2
Yeah.
play mats, 4 play mats, something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, and then they're gonna throw in the nice gems.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Well, hey, I'm sure you'll back it, but we'll see.
definitely. Day one.
We'll, we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll let you know when it launches, folks. Lord of the Rings Ascension. Um, Before we get to our final little thing for the evening, and maybe this, I
Yeah.
don't think this will take too long, as Josh alluded to before. Game Pass got a bit cheaper. Went down to $23, which is still more expensive than it was before. But as a trade off, that means no Call of Duty Day One on Game Pass anymore. This is, to me, feels a lot like, this is a false equivalency, but I'm going to make it anyway, right? So basically, you're telling me Game Pass or Call of Duty costs $7 a month on Game Pass, right? That's kind of what you're
Yeah.
saying. And I know it's not that simple, but Josh, how did you take this news? I know you're obviously still, a subscriber to Game Pass at that highest level.
Yeah.
When they announced the price increase, I still subscribe to Game Pass, but I dropped down my membership to a lower level. Thoughts on this? Yay, nay? What are your thoughts on Game Pass getting a bit cheaper, but taking away Call of Duty?
I went on a little roller coaster ride with this one. At first, I was mad, and then I was happy when I got an email that I was like paying less money.
Yeah.
And then, I guess mad is not the right word. I wasn't mad. I was like, "What the heck is happening?" I'm not a Call of Duty bro, and no offense to anyone who is, but I'm just
Mm-hmm.
not that guy. I play it for the story, which nobody does, apparently. um, So yeah, and then I ended at cautious. I didn't even end up in a state. I just ended up at cautious.
Uh-huh.
Um, yeah, it's nice that I'm paying less, a little bit less, even though I'm paying more than I paid before. And I think, I just think it's. I know they're trying to rebrand and fix what we'll call quote unquote mistakes of the recent past from
Mm-hmm.
Xbox, but you gotta you're mixing your messages. And like I mentioned earlier, I just worry about the slippery slope aspect of it. I really just worry about what that means, and what do they stand for. Do they mean what they say and they
Mm-hmm.
say what they mean, or is that not the case? and
Right.
and we'll have to see. The only time will tell, because it's different leadership, so they could have just nixed the whole thing because they're starting from scratch.
Right.
That's totally something they could still do.
Yep.
Uh, but I'll take the $7 back a month. I'll take it for now.
Gotcha.
You?
I mean, it made me slightly more interested in going back to the next level of Game Pass. But then I said, well, when was the last time I turned on my Xbox and it was to play Resident Evil that you had bought us?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I was like, well, you know,
Hey, killing is pretty fun.
for you and the 20 people who are playing it.
For my son, for me watching my son play it.
Yeah, I just saw a thing that was like, oh, there's, less than 200 people playing Killing on Steam. And I was like, oh gosh, I'm nervous. I'm
Well,
so nervous.
well, they can't, I guess it is an online only game, so they can Concordia it.
Yeah.
I guess now it's Highguard it because they
Yeah.
beat him.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean Concord was shut down sooner
Well,
than
they
Highguard
played.
was.
They
Yeah.
were out
Yeah.
for a meaningful amount of time.
I do hope the game is super successful. I have like heard nothing since it came out about
Yeah.
it. Like no one has said anything. So not ideal. Not ideal.
There is a mode where you can turn off viewing what other people's kilns look like. So it's generic shapes, just in case. I think it's called the moderate filter.
Gotcha. That's smart.
Just in
That's
case
smart.
you don't want to be chased around by a penis pod or a boob jug.
That's smart. That's smart. So, yeah. So I do think this is I think a signal that because of the change in leadership, they're rethinking quote unquote everything.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not for everyone, but I think unfortunately, many people have been like, "Oh, blue skies ahead."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Well,
that's not
just
a blue
wait,
sky.
just wait." They did, I can't tell about the reaction to the price drop but losing Call of Duty. Like, I can't tell if people are excited or not excited about this.
Yeah.
I don't know what the feedback has been online. They obviously,
I think if you go to certain corners, you're going to see what you expect in those corners, and that's about it.
Yeah, and I do know that they had their like statements that they released and all this stuff about like rebranding to Xbox away from Microsoft Game, like all these things, and I think people maybe read too much into some, or they read what they wanted to into some of the things that were said there. Because I do think the joke the comment that people have been making a lot of jokes about way in the past, right? Of like the plan is the plan until it's not the plan.
Right.
I do think that actually is very, very accurate. I think they're examining things, but just because they're examining and reevaluating and reassessing does not mean anything's going to change.
Correct.
It could, but it is not a foregone conclusion that it's going to. So
yeah,
I think, take things with a grain of salt.
It always could go change, but that doesn't mean that it is.
Yeah, change is often better, but not always better. So this got me closer to going back to Game Pass. And the PC version is cheaper now. I did not actually like up me to the next.
I haven't even looked. I'm gonna open my PC Game Pass because I haven't even looked to see. Before they used to have it set up so only certain games would be on PC.
Mm-hmm.
Game Pass versus regular. I don't know that I've seen a title launch recently that has only been on PC.
Oh yeah,
like Age of even now even Age of Empires is on console now.
Console, yep.
And like looking at all the new releases, there's not a single game here that is not also on console, which is interesting. Oh, sorry, Microsoft Bubble is on Game Pass.
What is that?
That is essentially Brick Breaker Bubble Bobble, but Microsoft's version of like Solitaire.
Gotcha. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Oh, man. Okay. Well, Josh, so let's have some, I think, maybe positive Xbox news. I don't know. Depends on how you take it. But IGN Xbox did a spring showcase. In partnership with IGN, they held their, they've done one of these like every fall and every spring, I feel like. Did you watch the ID at Xbox Spring Showcase? Did you like it? What were your thoughts, Josh, on the ID at Xbox Spring Showcase?
I watched it, but I kind of caught it as like trailer clips on YouTube afterwards. I didn't watch it in a whole setting because some trailers I had to wait till my son went to bed to watch.
For sure.
What did I think about it? I thought there was a lot shown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I thought it
Anything?
was. I thought it was fine. I think it was, as I say fine about every time we talk about like a state of play or
Yeah,
Nintendo Direct. I think it's just as good as the past few state of plays and directs
sure,
we've had,
sure.
because it shows off a good amount of content
Mm-hmm.
uh, from a large variety of games, just
Yeah,
long enough to get you interested,
yeah,
or to tell you if it's not your thing.
yeah. I
Like, good.
I made the mistake of watching the actual showcase, not when it happened, but later. And man,
Just
those IGN, oh my gosh. But like, if you're making jokes about how bad your jokes are, like, what are I? If you're going, okay, here's what I will say. And again, so somebody's job to put this together was somebody's job to write it. Big props to you. Your job is probably way cooler than mine. But if you are going to make me suffer through that level of cringe, just bring live showcases back.
right.
Like really, like right, like if we're gonna be this cringy about it and this like haha jokey about it, just do a live showcase and go with all the cringe that happens in those. I would much prefer that to trying to be like make jokes that are just yeah.
I'm
Anyway,
glad I didn't watch that then.
oh, it was pretty rough. From my perspective, I thought the in between stuff was rough, and I know
Yeah.
why most of them have gone to no host or just voiceover between because goodness gracious. Um, but anyway, Josh,
Interesting.
any games that stuck out to you?
So, Aphelion is catching my eye.
Yeah.
Um, I haven't really played the Don't Nod games, so I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't say I'm a fan necessarily, but I think I am like a fan from afar, through other people. So I'm interested in this. This seems to be more in the style of game I would enjoy.
Sure.
So I'm. It's on Game Pass, so great. I'm going to check it out for sure. Uh, I'm trying to think of what else I was. I had PTSD from watching Golf with Your Friends 2 trailer. I played so much Golf with Your Friends during like the pandemic with my son and my
Yeah.
wife that like, actually no, it was after the pandemic. It was fun for a little bit, and then I was like, this is horrible. Why am I playing this? Um, and uh, let me give you one more. Ghost. I'm still interested in There Are No Ghosts at the Grand. I don't really know what that game's going to be,
I agree.
but I think it looks really cool, and I dig the vibes. I really like the music.
Yep.
So I'm hoping it's good. And I guess what did you ask me? What's my favorite WTF moment? Oh, it's
Yeah.
Albion Online.
That was such a weird
What
trailer.
the heck?
But
And
hey,
I
you
thought it was a
remembered it.
joke at first. I thought it was like a tie into Fable, like, and it was gonna like cut out to be like Richard Ayoade like making a joke as a giant playing a game in this house. I was like,
Right.
this can't be. And yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's real and it's out.
But you remembered it. So I have a few that stuck out to me that are you're gonna see a little bit of a I don't want to say necessarily a theme, but there's a few that stuck out to me that I was most interested in for sure. The first one being well, I shouldn't say it, but I'll go back to Bistro. I like cooking. I like deck builders. So let's
Yes,
make a cooking
yes,
deck builder, which actually with really unique art. I think the art direction in that game is really cool with the kind of like the puppets that they do. Um, so I thought Bistro looked pretty cool. Hey, speaking of games where you build decks, Echo Generation 2. I know that if I recall, the original Echo Generation wasn't super well received, if I recall. Not like bad, but just not like overly cool. Or overly like recommended slash critically loved. But Echo Generation 2, I think, looks really cool. And I know that's coming out in just a couple months or maybe like a little over a month, which is awesome.
yeah.
Laugh Song.
Hmm.
It was the kind of exploration game where it's just like a person like in a red coat, but then everything else is like black. Um, I thought it looked neat. I have no idea if it's going to be any good, but I was like, this is a compelling art direction, so I am really, I think that's really neat. Um, I should know. I don't know if it's Tears of Metal or Tears of Metal. I'm assuming Tears
I
of
think
Metal.
it's Tears.
Yeah, hack and slash co-op roguelike, I'm in. Like that just I know we've seen
Yeah.
that game before, but it just looks Cool. It just looks like a fun time. Like it just looks like a game that you can sit down and have a fun time in. And the last one, I think because my partner happened to walk in while I was watching it, she's like, "What is this?" I was like, "Great question. This looks like a platformer that's going to break my brain. That's Screenbound."
Oh yeah,
Um, yeah, that game
upside
just looked.
down and stuff.
Yeah, just looks super unique. Like that's just a really different approach to kind of that platformer, 3D slash 2D slash have to look at my screen to see. Oh yeah, it kind of was breaking my brain. So but yeah, like you said, overall some like interesting games, a little bit of something for everyone, a number of them that I'm like, nah, I'm good. But still a number of games that I think are pretty cool. I have been, as we said, as we've watched these, I've been tend to be more impressed with these showcases that focus more on the indie games than I have been in a lot of like time to the big AAA ones. Not that I'm not excited for these AAA games, not that I'm not
Yeah,
excited to play Saros in a couple days, but there's a lot of neat stuff coming out of the indie scene. So overall, solid showcase. Could have skipped all the little interludes and talking, but was pretty happy with the games. So
nice.
anything else about the ID at Xbox Spring Showcase, Josh?
If you had to guess how many viewers Albion Online has on Twitch,
Oh, on Twitch.
what would you guess?
Okay. I feel like it's either really high or really low. So I'm gonna go really low. I'm gonna say 14.
7.5K
What?
and
Well, okay.
880K followers.
I mean, as we have consistently said, there are parts of the gaming industry, very large parts of the gaming industry, that are parts I am not familiar with. Right? I
Yeah,
could tell you almost nothing about Roblox. I know generally what it is. I know that it exists. I have no desire to play it or no desire to know anything else about it other than that.
yeah,
And I'll be online. Kind of all of those types of games, I think, fall in that for me too. They're just not for me. Happy other people love them.
yeah.
That's a little more
There's
popular than I would have thought, but still happy that those
yeah.
people like those things.
There's so many people streaming right now. It's crazy. It's so weird.
Do you want to become an Albion online streamer, Josh?
I mean, now's the time, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anything else about the idea at Xbox Showcase, Josh?
Negative.
All right. Well, hey, let's move towards wrapping up the show. We'll talk about our post game celebrations. Just something that we think you should check out, that you might enjoy checking out, that we're enjoying currently. Josh, what's your recommendation?
I'm going music this time.
Yeah.
Yes. Two new for me, two big releases this week. Last week, sorry, on Friday. There's a new Metric album called Romanticize the Dive. And then there is a new Glenn Hansard album called Don't Settle, Volume 1, Transmissions East. And it was all recorded at Funkhaus in Germany.
Mm.
Very famous recording studio. And I love that album so much. For people who don't know, Glenn Hansard's from the movie once. He was also in The Commitments, which is a movie I need to make sure I watch. I haven't seen that yet. And the band The Swell Season. But I really like his solo stuff too. And there's this, if you can watch the video on YouTube for Don't Settle, it's one of the it's like the reason why I love seeing a performer like him live. He does a lot of shows in like small groups, like small settings, and
Mm-hmm.
his voice can get so like like I don't know how to describe it. It's just
Yeah.
he can yell and it hits feels volumes like it's hitting you, and like there's it ramps up. Is a crescendo. I don't know musical terms, but the song really builds and builds and
Mm-hmm.
builds, and it has this huge, awesome like ending with all these like small musical instrument players. Like there's like violinists and cellists, and just very feels like acousticy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just an incredible like performance. And Metric is more Metric, and I don't mean that in
Yeah.
a negative way. It's just like if you like pop punk, pop alternative, like that's Metric. Like it's a very upbeat album in tone. Some songs are not upbeat, but it's just a fun listen. If you like Metric, you're getting more of the same, uh, which is not a bad thing.
Awesome. Josh, in theory, we'll see if it happens. I'm supposed to go to a concert on Saturday.
Oh.
The downfall is I have to work all day.
Ugh.
All day till like 2 or 3. And then the venue that the concert is 3 hours away.
Ooh.
And it starts at 7.
Sheesh. You gonna get a hotel if you go?
Probably not.
That sounds awful.
Yeah. So I'm trying to decide.
What's the concert?
It's Electric Callboy.
Oh, I really
They're
like that.
playing in Minneapolis with Scene Queen and Polaris.
So
I
you
have
can
tickets.
get there late.
Well, and like I think doors are at 6. The show doesn't start till 7:30. So even if I leave at 3, like I should still, in theory, get there.
Yeah.
It's just that, man, working all day, driving up, doing that, and then driving back. I'm just like,
Yeah.
But yeah, so no, I'm stoked. I think I'm gonna go, but because tickets are like,
you only live once.
I know, and tickets are sold out, but not sold out. They're like, oh, tickets aren't sold out, but then it's all only secondary tickets that are available.
Yeah.
And I already have tickets, so it's just like, man, yeah. I think I'll probably go. We'll see.
You should do it.
Cool. Well, thank you for those music recommendations. I'll definitely check out. I didn't realize there was new Metric, so I'll definitely check that out.
Yeah.
All right. My recommendation is a TV show that I've heard a lot about, but never watched, and finally watched it. And that is the show Animal Control. Seasons 1 through 3 are on Netflix right now. Season 4, which is the current season, is on Hulu. And this is a workplace comedy for people who work at an animal control in Seattle. It stars Joel McHale, playing the one character Joel McHale can play.
The same guy in everything.
He plays the same guy in like every show basically that I've ever seen him do. And he plays that guy. So if you don't like that, you're not going to like this show. But this is a really weird show in the sense of this is like damning with faint praise. I can't tell you why I like it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know that I've really like laughed out loud at it.
But you smile the whole time.
Yeah, there's just something charming about it. And I think one of the characters' name is Shred.
Yeah.
Have you watched this show before, Josh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Like, I don't know. I just like, I really like Shred as a character. But it's just, yeah, there's just something about the show that like, I don't really ever laugh, but yes, I smile the whole time I'm watching it.
Yeah.
Because it is pretty ridiculous most of the time. That the special effects of some of the animals are not great.
No, they're intentionally bad.
I think they're intentionally bad.
The emu especially is very funny.
Yeah. So, but if you're looking for, and the seasons are really short as well, which is nice. So the first season I think is like 10 or 12 episodes. Seasons 2 and 3 are like 7 or 9 or something.
Yeah, because Fox gave up on them and then canceled them.
Yeah, and now the Hulu, the current season I think is 12 episodes, but they got renewed for a 5th season too.
Yeah,
though.
they got picked up.
So
for a new one. I think it's either by Netflix or by Hulu, because one of them got them from Fox,
and
then I think I have to look it up. I think like Netflix got it from Fox, and then Netflix canceled it, and Hulu bought it, or something weird like that.
But isn't Hulu just Fox because it's all Disney?
Fox is not Disney. Oh, now Fox is Disney. Yeah, right. That's right. Yeah, I'm curious. That's a good question too. I don't know.
But anyway, and it is very odd that season 1 through 3 just came on the Netflix recently, but now because of that, like seasons 1 through 3 are not on like Hulu or on the Disney Plus. Only the current season is there, and you have to watch the first 3 on Netflix. But it is good. It's worth it. I think it's a really enjoyable show. It's not like go out and like purchase a streaming service to watch it good. But if you happen to have one of those streaming services, I would say check it out. That's Animal Control. Josh, what do you say we wrap this show up?
Sure thing. Thanks for joining us, everyone. As a reminder, you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/boardwith3g, on Instagram at boardwith3g, go figure, and via email at, you guessed it, boardwith3g@gmail.com. Whatever podcast service you are listening to us on, we encourage you to give us a 5-star rating, as it helps other people discover our podcast. You can find me on all the things at Why So Serious. That's SIRRIUS. Kyle, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram, PlayStation Network, Xbox Live, Board Game Geek, all at Cyclocross, CYCOCROSS. As always, if you have suggestions for future topics, be sure to reach out to us on the social media, because we want to talk about what you want to hear about. And remember, everyone, whether it be board games or video games, never stop gaming.